All right. So the next speaker is Ieva. She's actually not so far from the lovely Latvia, and
Yes.
she's the head of global marketing Kalyan, and she will talk about CRM-driven B2B lead nurturing from segmentation to sales handoff. So actually, what we are seeing now that the B2B marketing in email marketing will be like more complex. It has probably the more difficult to do because just spamming everybody with everything does not work. So Eva will talk everything what works and how it must be done.
Can't wait.
That's a strong introduction. Thank you. Maybe I will share more fails than best practices.
That's always good to see.
Yeah, but maybe it's even better. So yeah, thank you for having me here, for giving the stage. I'm Ieva, head of global marketing at Kalyan. What is Kalyan in brief? It's a Danish company with more than 60 years in industry. We are lucky to be a category defining brand here in Europe. We are market leaders, and our competitor conveyors are referred as Kalyan. So we are in a good position here in Europe, and we are very well known in post and parcel like UPS, FedEx, DHL. They're all our customers. They know us very well. They trust us. And our challenge was to enter different markets, especially US, and also expand to different industries like e-commerce, retail, tire industries. And we use email marketing as one of the digital channels to test other industries and product fits. And just a fun fact, all of your online orders most probably have traveled over conveyors built here in Latvia, Liepāja. So those who are joining us from Latvia, you should be proud. So how do we use CRM, and how do we segment, and what segmentation we use when we create our email campaigns? So it's by industry and region, which gives us understanding which is the best product fit for the company we are reaching out to, and also region gives us the idea which is preferred language. We are present not only in UK and in EU, but US, sorry, but also in Germany, France, and Italy, where they prefer to be spoken in their native language. So we are localizing as much as possible our content. Then we segment by job title. Because that gives us an idea about the person pain points, and based on their pain points and understanding what they are looking for, what jobs they need to be done, how their success looks like, we can produce relevant content addressing these pain points. Also, it gives us understanding if we are talking with procurement or service, and what we should stress out. Also, we look on their latest purchase, what equipment they have. Knowing what products they have installed and on their warehouses gives us an idea what we can upsell from our add-ons, like ergonomic add-ons, add-ons which ensures operators' well-being, and also our service offers. But today I want to share one of our use cases, how we were testing US market and expanding beyond post and parcels. So we are selling high value CapEx equipment. One machine can cost 100K. And of course, it's not like selling T-shirts or jewelry on the e-commerce. So we have to be very patient. The sales cycle is long, and we need have enough time to build the trust for those who doesn't know us, especially in US. We are EU company, and they like everything which is built in US. We have an entity in US and also a small production site, so we are close to that market, but we are still new for this region. Why we choose email? I'm sure everyone here already knows that even if we think that email is like a spam inbox, still people still use it, and it's one of the channels with the highest ROI. We did our own study internally within our client customer base, and more than 80% indicated that they prefer updates to be received by email. So this gave us a strong belief that we should use email in our strategy. So what we did to start building universe in America. So we did the market research. We were identifying the companies by industry, region, and revenue. Revenue is a good signal for us to understand if this company actually can afford to buy our products. Industry, at this example I will share with you, we were testing fashion and retail, and also we did research which regions will be the most beneficial for this campaign. Then we redefine our buyer personas just to understand the job titles, because in each region and each market, the same job title can be named in different ways. Then define the challenges and pain points for these personas. Then we closely work with our sales and product manager group to understand which of our products and solutions are more optimal or relevant for US in this industry, because we have to be aware that markets are in different maturity, and if in Europe we are more in automation and then ergonomics, which are regulated by local government, then US is a different world. Then we created a list and content. We use ZoomInfo or Cognizant just to get, based on our market research, we selected companies and by job titles, the contacts, and we adapted the content. And then we moved on with technical setup with emails, landing page, and Google and Meta ads, which these channels supported our email setup. These are our buyer personas. In the B2B, it's very common that in buying process, this is not a one person, but it's actually a group. In some cases, we see that there is 20-25 persons included in this decision making. All of these personas can be either initiator or decision maker or blocker. So we have to be sure that we address our content to all of these buyer personas. It was a bit challenging for us to segment this campaign for each, but that would be ideal, of course, if we would have a separate email chain for engineering, separate for operations and distribution and procurement, because of course all of them are looking for different challenges and pain points. So we should stress out different unique selling points. But what we did, we include in our content the messages and answers which could give peace of mind to all of these personas. The next step, we build a simple journey. We call it simple, but actually it took us 6 months or even 9 months to build it. It contained, as I said, a landing page. We created a dedicated landing page only for this campaign, highlighting the products and wording which is relevant to US market. And also we had 4 email sequence. I will show it later. on later slides, and we own this internally. And then we supported this campaign with Google and Meta. Google, we had Google Ads with competitor names and brand names and product names, and Meta was retargeting for those who visited a landing page. And we built up a simple scoring system, which allows us to understand which are warm leads to give our sales, and I will cover this a bit later as well. So this is how our email setup looked. So it contained of 4 emails, and the main purpose was, at first we built trust and showed that we have indeed 60 years knowledge of industry. Actually, all other competitor conveyors are our duplicates, if we can say that. And that we know how, we have this know-how, we are industry experts. So the system was quite simple. When the recipient enters the email flow, email sequence, we set up several rules. If they open and or click the first email, they receive the second email in 10 days. And if it's open and or click the third and the fourth, of course. If one of these stages, the email is not opened, for example, if they didn't open the first email, then in 10 days, we send the same email with different subject line again. And if it's not opened, again in 10 days, we push it out of the further email sequence. Why we did that? Because this list contained of 10,000 contacts, and the idea when we built the system was just to understand which companies, which job titles are interested in our products, which are the persons right for our sales team to speak to. So it was also a way to filter out those who are not interested in our product or who are not the right recipient. That's why we didn't want to spam them too much. So the whole list could take more than a month, and after that, we had a minimum of 100 score when we sorry, there's something wrong with the sorry, someone came into my room. And if a recipient has enough points, for in our case it was minimum of 100, we push them to CRM, and I will show you in the next slide. This is the ads, how they look like. Okay, this is strange. The systems we use, we work with Zoho. We have their CRM. We build their landing page and also email automation. Something happened with the slide, but anyway, so we use Zoom Info and Cognizant to get those contact details. But there are different similar services like Instantly, Smartly, Salesforce, Lemlist, Lucia. You can choose of if you have different needs or budget. The handover. So as I said, we scored these contacts by their activity and engagement with our content. So the open was 10 points and clicked was 20 points. And if the recipient received at least 100 points, we consider them as warm leads or marketing qualified leads, and we push them to CRM with relevant tags. Then we rely a lot on our sales team feedback just to understand the content, if it was right, if the recipients were right target, and also when they follow up those leads, are they ready to move forward, or we should move them, circle back them to the marketing funnel and keep our general marketing communication. So our goal was, as I already said, to have fewer, clearer handovers, and meaning that we don't overwhelm our sales team with too many contacts they need to follow up, and understand who really wants to talk about with us. When we hand over those contacts to the sales teams, we gave them also information on which links they clicked. From Zoom Info, we can see the information about the company. Are they hiring new employees, meaning that they are growing? Have they bought a land or started building a warehouse? That gives us information if they are expanding and they would need our equipment. Also, if they have visited our websites or they have a strong intent signal, which we can set up on Zoom Info. Which, for example, if we set up a signal, they're looking for telescopic conveyors actively on online channels, we give this information to sales. So about the results, we had almost 10,000 contacts who entered the sequence. It was about how many companies? I would say 100 or 200. We deliver more than 50,000 emails, and only, or in our case, 40 marketing qualified leads handed to sales is a good number, given into account that we are selling high value capex equipment, and there are not that many companies who would need our solution, and also who can afford it. So what worked for us? To understand who we are talking to, and to align with sales team and product management manager team to define the right product fit and content, and align that with job titles and their pain points we are talking to. Align with sales team so they understand how we qualify those leads, how it's then shown on our CRM system, so they can easily follow up them and they have all the information needed to start the conversation with their potential or existing customers. And in our case, it was a good solution to own this synergy by ourselves in-house, so we could take the overview and overlook of all the system all together. What we learn, or where we failed, is that you need to allow more time for testing, even if it seems or feels at the first it's a very straightforward system, and what could go wrong, but there are things that can go wrong. It's better to test and test again, and not only the system but also the list itself and content, and then the timing. In our industry, there is a peak season when we have a Black Friday or Christmas season, or in the beginning of the year when there is a strong online orders. So we should avoid not sending out these emails during the peak season. And with all the testing, which took more time than we anticipated at the first, we had to postpone the launch of this email sequence to wait after the peak season, and align with everyone, not only with sales and internally with marketing team, but also with IT and other departments. Even if for us it feels like straightforward, we will send out emails and we will qualify them by easy scoring system. It doesn't mean that sales gets that, and so we should plan more time to spend with sales, what exactly it means, what information they can get from us in later stages to support them when they reach out to those marketing qualified leads. And it's a good idea to include IT in this in this conversation because we managed to blacklist our domain, which was maybe funny or not so funny when 600 employees can't send emails for a day to Gmail. But that was a good learning point, and I'm happy to have a good IT security manager who took care of that. What you can use to build a clean and, at least for yourself, easy system with buyer validated roles and product alignment. So we started with US and then we duplicated the same logic but with different content and with different product targeted products in other regions as well. Have a simple scoring system and then ensure that you have two-way loop. It doesn't stop with you only giving those marketing qualified leads to sales, but also to hear back from sales, because that is a very valuable and insightful and useful information for my team to adjust further email sequences and campaigns we are doing. And then, of course, make it easy for recipients to unsubscribe to be to align with GDPR rules. Okay, that was me. Thank you for listening and for your patience with problems with the sound.
Thank you, Ieva. Was the US launch a success for you?
Yes, it was. We consider this as a success for our company and our industry. This was the first time we were doing something like that, and
Okay, really insightful, because we just talked with Fernando about GDPR. He was in Germany, so there are like really strict rules, and in the US they are not so strict rules. So you can just take
there are no
information.
rules.
Yeah,
No rules.
yeah. So, but how did you duplicate this to other regions? Did you do this also in the Europe? Did you do
Yes.
some kind of like data privacy adjustments based on?
No, as we are talking as a company to other company representatives, so we are sending this out based on legitimate interest. And we don't know their permission to receive the information. Of course, we have to ensure they can easily unsubscribe from this kind of activity. But no, we don't need any other permission. Zoom Info we are using, they ensure that the database they hold, they have informed the persons who are in this database.
Okay, it was interesting to see the different layers. We always tell our clients that doing B2C and B2B marketing is so different because of the layers you can have in B2B. As you said, different companies, different roles, different departments with different needs, and you have to take it all into account when you do marketing. Plus, align it with the sales, as you said, that you get qualified leads, drop it into sales, they take it over, give you back some kind of information. That's really, really nice presentation. But did you have, or we are going to hear today also about deliverability. When you was this blacklisting like an unexpected event for you, or did you plan for it also somehow? No, it was unexpected. Okay.
Maybe the outcome was unexpected, but I expected to be so many hard bounces and soft bounces. I didn't expect to crash down all company, not able to send out any emails, but there were no surprises, of course, and even if they state that this Zoom Info have a very clean and up-to-date list, it's not true, of course, and we have to be aware that there could be contacts who are not working in the company anymore or have moved to a different job title. Yeah.
Okay. Did someone make you any threats?
Not
We
at the
are
moment. Only sales. What should we do with this now?
okay. Sorry, it was an inappropriate question. We are mostly focused on B2C, so there has to be like this opt-in and stuff like that. B2B is a little bit different play field. So but we get some threats sometimes if
I can
someone
imagine,
gets
yeah.
too many invis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you also use omni-channel? Sorry.
So what we had to set up sending out these emails to have a relevant data about open rates and click rates, because in most companies they have those bots which are checking, these spam filters, which are opening the email and checking the clicks before releasing to the recipients. So we had to remove these bot activities to get the human open rates and human made click rates. This is something we had to be aware of, because most companies have those spam filters, and which we don't have in B2C, of course. Yeah.
Exactly. Like big industries and governmental agencies have a lot of those auto clickers and filters that I don't know,
Yeah.
just check for viruses and stuff. And
Yep.
and this is a question also for answer also for Mary's question. She just asked. I have noticed that when you send out emails, sometimes some email addresses open and click on each
Okay.
link, which must be automatic, because it's hard to believe. They open all social media apps, etc., and would thus get very high scoring. How do you deal with unreliable data?
Yeah, I
So
also
this
had
is what we do.
this type of question.
Mm.
But actually, how you filtered out then because what we are seeing, we actually anyway have a couple of B2B clients, so and we are seeing that all right, clicks and click through and the open rates are very good, super nice,
Yeah, the best
60%
campaign
up,
ever.
etc. Yeah, and then you will get the info from the client that oh, I don't know, we are selling zero. So how you actually filtered out this real actions versus auto clickers?
So in Zoho, we can set up technically that it's filtered out by the system we are using. But then even if it seems right, like you said, that the recipient has clicked all the links, we just use sense check. We just remove, for example, if the email contains 10 links, we remove that score, and then we leave it only those who should be only back human. But it's it's like pointing in the clouds.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I thought
no
that
system can rule out those bots, right? Filters.
yeah, you showed that you had several thousand contacts, and when you send out an email, you see that some of those open all the links, some of those open some of the links. Was it just like manual labor, or did you
Yes, it was
like set up some
manually.
kind of? Ah, all right, okay, wow,
Because as you saw, we don't have that many marketing qualified leads. We can do a sense check by manually, but then we check by the companies. It's understandable that they have this filter, spam filter in the company. Not all companies have it, of course, and
did you
it's a
just
manual.
remove
Yeah,
those contacts, or did you like
we
dealt those contacts who opened all the ah,
we decrease the scoring.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
manually.
and then the sales team like handled them differently, or did
Yes.
all
If
right,
after decreasing the scores, they left with a score enough to be, does it make sense, to held over to
yeah,
Yeah.
sales, and
yeah.
so it's a
Did
bit
you
of
also
puzzle.
yeah, okay. Did you also use some kind of omni-channel? For example, you send that email series, but did you also automate with SMS, or some kind of like sales automations?
WhatsApp you can use now also with
maybe with social media somehow stalk your leads in LinkedIn automatically.
No, so we don't use SMS. We use only retargeting and Google, which is not, we can't call it omnichannel. But then, yes, when we handed it over to sales, we gave them the LinkedIn URL, and then they can stalk them there.
okay.
It's
Right.
different because we are talking to not too many customers, right? It's not like in B2C when you sell to thousands, we sell to tens. Then we can do this manual sense check.
How many people do you have in your marketing and sales team? I'm just thinking you are a big company. Most of the people listening right now are probably like small and medium enterprises. If they would like to duplicate those results, how much effort would they require?
In marketing, we are 4.
Okay.
And in sales, globally, there are 40 salespersons, 40.
All right. And they were all like tied into this project somehow during these
Yes,
9 months.
different regions. Yeah, we have entities in America, in UK, France, Italy, Germany, Benelux, international. So they are dedicated to specific region, and then they deal with those marketing qualified leads based on the region.
All right. Okay. Do you also have some kind of like ongoing campaigns, something like you presented to us, but which is like set up into eternity? You just see how it works, maybe fine tune it sometimes, and all the time it just throws you in new qualified leads. You just push in new marketing contacts from Zoom Info, and outcome golden eggs of qualified leads, so salespeople can call them.
So not for the cold email, we don't have, but we have just recently set up for those potential which are rated less than 50% by sales, but they are already active potential on the CRM. But for me, if it's less than 50%, says that the sales team is not so close, perhaps, with conversation with this customer. And then we send out also a 4-step email sequence to these contacts, just to be in their inboxes, just to remind that why they should choose Kalyan. I was just doing my best efforts, and for us, this was testing the new approach for entering new industries and markets. And I was happy with not happy. I would expect any outcome. If we would land with one deal, I would be happy.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ieva, very much for sharing your experience. If anyone has some questions, maybe you can stay in the chat for a couple of minutes.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you. And hello, Anna. Are you here? Hi. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
So you are turning inbox engagement into revenue. You don't believe that opens and clicks are enough?
Well, I will talk about this in the session, so stay tuned. I'm not gonna tell the answer right now.
All right. Can't hear.
So, and Anna's topic will be maximum results, minimum resources. So, and an interesting thing that it's we will hear the B2C creativity in B2B marketers, exactly what we heard about the system and how it must be done, and how long actually the process is. So I really hope now we will get the golden eggs, how to do it like tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. Not in 9 months.
Oh, no, tomorrow.
For sure, yes. And it will be relevant even for B2C folks as well. So if you work in e-commerce, stay tuned.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. So first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. I think this is my second time presenting at the Masters of Email Marketing. And yes, my session will be how to basically with a small team reach big results and how to use the tips and tricks that helped us in B2C marketing to use it in B2B as well. But the first thing first, let's get to know each other. My name is Anna Levitin. I work in the marketing for a lot of years, but in the last 9 years, I've been solely focusing on email marketing, on life cycle, marketing operation, and I have also experience working in B2B, B2C. So it's SaaS, travel companies, fintech, variety of different companies, and I like to do this switch. Yes, and as every speaker on this webinar, we have vivid evidence that email is far from being dead. So what we're gonna talk today about? Of course, a little bit about KPIs and attribution. I know it's a data piece, it's sometimes boring, but we as a marketers not always can trust our guts. Yes, we need the numbers for that. And the spoiler, unfortunately, I don't have a silver bullet for attribution challenges, but at least I will tell you how I handle it in the various companies I worked for. Then the piece about personalization and emotional triggers, and this is where I'm gonna share 6 types of emotional triggers that can be used in B2B, and again they will be relevant for B2C as well. And the last part, the most practical and embarrassing. Practical is because I will share tips on workflows, AIs, some operational tips, and I'm not going to talk about the fancy project with AI, just really small tiny changes that helped me. This is the practical part. Embarrassing is because majority of these things, they are based on my own mistakes, so I will tell you what went actually wrong. B2C, B2B. We oftentimes think that B2C sells to feeling, right? Last minute sale, last 24 hours, out of stock. And B2B is more boring, right? And sells to the logic. So this is the default, but I'm really glad seeing that lately this